July 31st, 2026, Sacramento, California. Governor Gavin Newsom stands up, announces a raise. California's minimum wage going to $17.40 an hour, starting January 1st, 2027. The highest state minimum wage in the country, almost 2.5 times the federal minimum. Newsom's line, "We believe if you work hard, you deserve a decent paycheck." Sounds like a win, right? Here's the number nobody in the media talks about. That raise, 3%. Same year, same state. Rent can climb nearly 3 times faster. So who's actually winning this race? Maybe you're thinking, not my state, not my problem. Here's the issue. 19 states started 2026 with higher minimum wages. California's just the biggest one, the one that sets the pattern. And California doesn't run one experiment, it runs 2 at the same time, inside the same law book. One system tells employers how much they must pay, another system tells landlords how much they're allowed to charge. 2 dials, same government, turned by 2 different hands. Watch what happens when nobody's making sure they turn at the same speed. Let's lay out the numbers, no spin. Wage side, $16.90 an hour now, $17.40 next January. That's the law, an automatic cost of living adjustment. No vote needed, written into the statute a decade ago. Rent side, a different law, AB 1482, the statewide rent increase cap. The formula, 5% plus local inflation, capped at 10. For increases starting this August, that ceiling jumped to 8.7% in the Los Angeles area. San Diego, 8.2%. Do the math with me. Wages up 3%. The rent increase ceiling up to 8.7%. Now, important distinction. That doesn't mean every landlord raises rent by 8.7%. It means the law allows it for covered units. What actually gets charged depends on the landlord, the building, the local ordinance. But the ceiling itself, the legal maximum, can move almost 3 times faster than the wage. Same state governments set both numbers. One moves at walking pace, the other sprinting. And here's what that gap looks like on the ground. According to the National Low-Income Housing Coalition, not a landlord group, not a tenant group, a nonpartisan housing research nonprofit, a full-time worker earning California's minimum wage right now needs to work 102 hours a week to afford a modest 1-bedroom apartment. 102 hours, that's not a job, that's 2.5 jobs. Nationally, the story is the same, just with different numbers. The average renter earns $24.84 an hour. To afford a modest 1-bedroom apartment without breaking the bank, they'd need $29.19. Almost $5 short every single hour, every single paycheck. So how does the math end up broken, on purpose, without anyone actually intending to break it? Simple. Nobody designed this gap. Nobody needed to. The wage formula exists to make government look like it's protecting workers. The rent formula exists to make sure landlords don't go bankrupt covering their own rising costs: insurance, property tax, maintenance, financing. Both formulas by themselves make sense. Ask any economist, they'll defend either one on its own terms. Nobody's job is to check whether the 2 formulas added together actually let a person afford to live where they work. That's the part missing from the press release. Not a scandal, not corruption, just nobody's assignment. See, the government isn't one machine with one goal. It's a stack of separate departments, each solving its own equation, each claiming credit for its own 3%, its own 8%. Never asked to add it all up and check if the person on the other end can actually survive the total. That's not a conspiracy. That's just what happens when accountability is split into pieces small enough that no single piece ever has to own the whole result. Here's the actual stakes. This isn't really a story about California. California's just the state that's furthest down this road, which makes it a preview. Every state raising its minimum wage this year is running some version of the same 2 dials. Wage law over here, housing law over there. Written by different committees, passed in different years, never reconciled against each other. And every time a governor stands up and announces a raise, that's the headline. Nobody holds a press conference to announce a rent gap moving 3 times faster. That's the trap. Good news is loud, the math underneath it is quiet. So the next time any state, any city announces a minimum wage hike, here's the only question worth asking. What's happening to the other number, the one nobody put on the podium? California didn't lie to anyone. Every number in the story is real. Every law is real. It just never asked its own laws to agree with each other. $17.40 an hour, starting January. A rent increase ceiling climbing almost 3 times as fast starting in August. 2 honest numbers, one result that doesn't add up. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to hit subscribe. We break down the policies shaping American families, cities, and the economy one number at a time.